We went to karaoke with Sydney's brother. And when we went to this karaoke room, it was the most dog-smelling room of my life. It smelled horrific.
Oh,
What'd you go to Maneki Nickel?
Well, yeah, I think you guys were like, yeah, we're going to go drink at this place. And then it was a Saturday night, and like everywhere was full.
Everywhere.
So they went to like a karaoke.
Yeah.
And I got in this room, and I was like...
It smelled like feet. It
smelled like people had done some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like people are definitely fucked in that room.
Yeah,
of course.
Most definitely.
Of course.
Yeah. What was the karaoke place where you had that fucking random guy show up? I saw a video on Twitter or something.
Oh yeah, that.
What?
Yeah. So, oh my god. Well, okay. So for context, I think
That's why you were streaming or something?
No. I think both. I've taken you both there. There's a cigar bar that I like to go to. I don't know.
Oh, is it the one that we all went to together?
Yeah, we've been there. We've been there.
Yeah.
And I don't normally get like.
Which one? We've been to a few.
It's the one.
The one in Toronto.
The one with it's a counter with a window on the basement.
Oh, the one with the seat stairs down.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really great like cigar bar. I mean, even just like not for specifically cigars. It's just like for drinks. It's really nice.
Yeah.
The guy's really chill. I've been there so many times. Yeah, he's very friendly with me. We have a good rapport. I told him the other day that I bring a bunch of YouTubers here, and he was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "What? Really?" I was like, "Yeah, it's tight." Anyway, I went there with Pete, and we went there one time, and there was this guy in the corner of the bar, alone with a bottle of champagne, drinking it. He looked like a Yakuza side character because he had blonde hair, wearing a red puffer jacket. Sunglasses on in a dark room.
Yeah.
It was just like a literal Yakuza. Like type in Yakuza side character, and I bet he looks like one. I'll be like, which one does he look like?
My character's during a cutscene.
Yeah.
Literally, like he looked like dripped out, but in the way that makes you think like, this guy's job is definitely of the like an unusual factor. Yeah, it's like some kind of fit like that.
Yeah.
It's like a weird fit. And he started talking to us. And we were talking back to him, because me and Pete are quite friendly, especially Pete. Pete's very good at,
Yeah, you can talk to anyone.
Yeah.
So he's talking to us and...
Japanese guy?
Yeah, Japanese guy.
Right.
And we're talking back in Japanese. And he's like, let me buy you some champagne. And we're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's very kind of you. So he buys us champagne and whatnot. And we're like, let's buy you champagne back. He's like, no, I'll buy you another champagne. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, come to my spot. I have a great spot in Shibuya. We're like, okay. We go there. And it's just this like Yakuza den.
Right.
Like Kabakura place.
Yeah,
really slimy. And this guy's just buying Dom Perignon bottles. And then he wouldn't talk to us when we got to the second spot.
Yeah.
And like Pete is desperately trying to have a conversation with him. And he's got his back to Pete just smoking cigarettes. And while these three Yakuza dudes are like bowing down to him, trying to talk to him in suits.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And Pete's like, hey, what do you, it was something like Suzuki-san. Hey, Suzuki-san, thank you so much for the Don Perignon.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to talk about or want to? And he's just blanking Pete for like 2 hours. Pete is trying to get a word out of him, and he's just not having it. And he goes, bring over the girls. And he tries to get these girls to talk to Pete. And Pete's just like, no, I don't want to talk to the girls. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. Because he's just spending, and he goes, Pete goes, no, it's okay. We don't want any more champagne because he's spending like $1,000 a bottle. Fucking, we just met this guy. And he's like, no, it's fine. And then he goes, okay, fine. If you don't want Dom Perignon. And he goes, can you bring my bottles over? These like 4 dudes in suits come over with like 2 trays of every single alcohol ever. Yeah. And they're like, these are all my bottles. Which one do you want, Pete? And Pete's like, no, man. I just... It's so good. And meanwhile, they keep trying to get us to... So he's like, you should, we could take you to Love Hotel after this. We're like, no. This is not what we're trying to do.
Pick the girl. Which girl do you want?
Yeah, we're like, no. We just wanted to talk to you because I thought it would be a fun story.
Yeah.
Because whenever a Japanese guy's like, come to my bar, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Because you always get an interesting story.
Yeah.
So that's to like lay the groundwork of this kind of experience that we had. A week later, me and Pete go back with Mudan. Because Mudan just moved to Japan,
right?
And I was like, let's go to So we went out for great food, and I was like, let's do like just a little bit of cocktails, and then and with the moment we sit down in that bar again,
same guy,
no different guy. He told us that he was in the Philippines this time,
right,
and I asked him what he did for work. He goes supplement. So supplements. He sells supplements, which I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what did you do before that? He goes, Fudosan. And I was like, real estate. And I was like, okay, if there are two industries where you might make me think you're a little connected.
Yeah.
Because like when we went into
If
that
you're
building,
juggling real estate and supplements, it's a bit sus, you know.
because when we went into that building, like me and Pete got out the taxi and walked in first, and the guy was behind us, and they wouldn't let us in. They were like, no foreigners. And then this guy walked in, he's like, and then they all like parted like the Red Sea. It was so funny. It was so cool.
Isn't that fucking scary though?
It was terrifying, but it was so fun because it was so cool.
Because what's to say, like, you know, this guy is like feeding you all these like Don Perignons and shit.
Yeah, no.
And then for him
absolutely.
to suddenly turn around being like, by the way, here's the bill.
No. Yeah, so okay, this happened. No, it didn't happen. Because you know, a lot of the times when a Japanese person is like, come to the bar with me.
Yeah.
They'll always pay.
Yeah.
Because it's like Nihon no omotenashi. You know, they wanna. It's because it's like their responsibility.
Sure.
To, you know, that's. But obviously, I always offer. It's like a gambit. It's like I offer to be polite. I'm like, hey, can I split this? Knowing how much it could be, and then I don't know how much it was, but I think if I had to guess, it must have been around like $3,000 or $4,000 he spent.
If you're doing bottles of Dom Perignon
And apparently, this guy, they were telling me he goes there every week. So I don't. He goes like every week.
I mean, he must be making so much money off the
Yeah,
supplements, right?
it's the supplements, man. What can I say?
Nice guy though. Nice guy. Anyway, so we go back to the same bar, and there's a different guy, and it's him. He's really, really like loud, and he's with a very young Japanese woman. And we sit down. 10 seconds into sitting down, he's like, "Hello" in English, like really like super energetic, and we're like, "Oh, hi." And I look at Pete. I'm like, "Oh, not again." He's talking to us, and he's like, "What do you do?" I say, I do videos of Japan." He's like, "Oh, what kind of videos?" I was like, "Weird." I said like Henna no Nihon no Bunka, like strange Japanese culture.
Weird culture.
And he goes, ho, 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 "I have the bar just for you." And I was like, because he said it in English.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God. I was like, what is it? And he shows us this video of a dude naked smashing chopsticks with his ass. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's a Yakuza side like quest, isn't it?
Yeah, so, and then like, Mudan has more videos of this. And then he's like, yeah, come to the bar. And I'm like, well, Pete, we can't say no. I want to see this bar. So I thought it was going to be in like Shinjuku or something. But he's like, go to this address. So we go to Ginza in this like really fancy area. Everyone around us is wearing suits, kimonos, tuxes. Every bar is like $400 every hour. It's ridiculous.
A lot of zaddies in Ginza.
So we go up to this bar and the guy's there, and this guy just starts getting fucking naked right away. And we're like, what the fuck is this? And this is Mudan's like second night ever out in Japan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mudan, I'm so sorry. And I was like, you should at least film this though.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing your daily vlog. I was like, you got to put this in. I was like, I told him I'd be annoyed if you don't put this in a vlog.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't put this in. I'm like, blur it. I'm like, so this guy who's like, he's like a big guy. And I guess he's the friend, and he just keeps dressing up and stuff. He dresses up as Michael Jackson, sings Beat It. Within 10 seconds, strips naked. And it's like, what is this? And like he does this thing where he's like, all right, guys, I'm going to do my magic trick. And he like grabs his pants, like wedgies himself, and then shoves a chopstick in between his pants and his butt and goes, oh, and then tightens his butt and like snaps the chopstick. And the chopstick just flies onto us. I'm like, oh, God. Meanwhile, this Japanese guy who brought us here, he's loving it. It's like the funniest thing he's ever seen. You'd think he'd never seen a funnier thing in his life. He's going, and like his escort, I assume, with him is like, oh my God, oh no, this is vile, this is disgusting. Yeah. And then he just starts getting his dick out. And then after he keeps upping the ante, he goes breaks one chopstick. She's like, okay, okay. Right. 3 chopsticks. You're like, okay, I kind of get it. He goes, 5 chopsticks. You're like, okay, I get it. 7 chopsticks.
Now he's going for the world record.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you're going to snap these chopsticks with your butt. Stop. He just starts like exposing himself. And then one time he goes, all right, watch this trick. And he just shoves chopsticks up his pee-pee.
Oh, he sounds himself.
Oh.
Not in the thing. He puts it over his skin.
Oh fuck.
Oh, okay. okay.
thank God.
Not in.
Yeah, I thought
and
it
then
was like,
starts
oh.
dancing, and I'm like, why are we here? This is disgusting.
That sounds
And then he
awesome.
spreads his butt at one point and then gives the guy water guns. It's like, spray my ass. And so this guy is loving it. He's losing his mind. Meanwhile, we're all fucking traumatized watching this. And he spreads his cheeks and there's just shit in his ass. There's like paper in his butt. We're like, what the fuck is this?
He needed a quick bidet sesh, right?
And this is where the guy took it. We were here for like an hour. It felt like 5.
Yeah.
And this was like, yeah, it was traumatizing.
Oh my
And then he
God.
goes, hey, can I add you online? Like, can I have your number? And I'm like, oh, fine. Yeah. 'Cause I was like, I'm not going to add him. I'll just give him my details. He adds me. He just sends me a picture of his cock.
Can I see?
Like,
Wait, you got
So all
you
I'm
got
gonna
dick picked?
all I'm gonna say is, where's my invite? I need to go. What the fuck is that?
bro, it's vile.
Let me see.
What a micro.
What the fuck is that?
That looks like someone took a dick and microwaved it.
Oh my God.
Why is it so brown?
It's so
The skin tone is so off.
so
It's so off.
And but the other, like, there was no one else in this bar until like we were about to leave, and when we left, like the people in this bar were fucking loving it. They were having the time of their life. It was insane, and he just kept doing costume changes and then immediately getting naked. It was so bizarre. It was so weird. I've never experienced anything like that in my life in Japan.
We
And
need
I
to
don't
go.
think I want. You don't want to go.
I don't know if I want to experience that.
I want to go.
But what was weird was, right, is that we were at the bar, the bar prior, and which was about 30 minutes away from this bar. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go to this bar. And he's like, okay. And he does a phone call. And then the guy who kept getting naked and whatnot,
Yeah.
he showed up to the bar we were at. And he's like, all right, let's go. He like,
So, is he just
smashes
like a-
drink. He smashes a drink and then gets in a cab with the guy who's loving it. And we go to this bar, and then he just starts getting naked at this bar. I don't even know if he worked there. But he was just
Is
getting
he just
naked.
like a
man.
performer? Just like,
Yeah, because he gave me his card, and he is like,
I think he's been on the supplements, if you know what I mean.
because this was definitely an odd building. Because opposite it was, and this is something I'd never seen either before. It was like a male, it was like a cross-dressing geisha,
Oh.
like bar. It was very interesting. This whole floor was filled with very bizarre bars I'd never seen before. Definitely want to go and see more of these weird places. This is my favorite part of Japan.
Yeah.
Like the weird, undocumented bizarreness of
the
Japan.
underbelly.
It's
Yeah.
so interesting because, like, yeah, I hear about the temple. So I
Yeah.
hear it all before. Tell me the weird shit that salarymen do in their free time. That's what interests
Oh,
me.
that.
So this is like and everyone always just tells me, like, why would you follow random Japanese people around? I'm like, well, it's Japan. It's probably fine.
Yeah,
and if you're with friends,
You'd,
Yeah,
have, you'd
yeah.
have to be pretty unlucky.
Yeah.
yeah, you're with friends, and you know, most people
Not to say we advocate you to do
Yeah.
that on your
No.
next visit, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if they are trying to sell you something, like it depends how they approach it. Because a lot of these people, you know, like in that bar as well, was in Ginza, very expensive. We didn't pay a fucking penny. I offered, and we didn't pay a penny. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of these people are very well-meaning. They just if you're a foreign person and you speak a little bit of Japanese and you just show interest in the culture and you're willing to converse with them and have a good conversation, a lot of people will just want to show you cool stuff. And to them, and I think to this guy, that was like a great spot, like a hidden gem, you know? And to him, I don't think that was unusual. But to us, this is batshit insane. But like, and it's hard to reframe that, right? Because I don't think it's like I don't know, like it's a sinister underbelly. I think to him, that's like a fucking Friday night out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
just a
it is.
regular ass salary man on the
Yeah.
weekdays,
Yeah.
right? And he just does that on the weekends for fun.
Yeah, I asked him what he did for work. He said consulting. I was like, bro consults, so then goes to the dick bar. But
I mean,
don't
checks
think it was-
out. Checks out, you
And
know?
like, for example, preface, I don't think this is like a. My impression of this was that it wasn't like Nichome, like the gay district. It wasn't like a gay thing, like a gay bar.
Yeah.
It wasn't aimed at gay men or it was like because in Japan there's this weird fascination with being naked for humor.
Yeah.
There are
yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
like acts and performances where people get naked and that is the joke.
Well, it's kind of like slapstick, right? Where
Have you never got your cock out in front of your friends before?
no.
At the onset,
Only onset.
No, like when you're out, when you're
Yeah.
out like drinking with your mates.
no, I haven't done that, Joey.
Oh, I have.
I didn't see Australian. That's
Actually,
why-
that checks
Yeah,
out.
that's a Joey
Yeah,
move.
that is definitely
Oh,
a
but
Joey
Like,
thing to do.
and so like to kind of like I love trying to explain this as a concept to like friends because they're like, why would he do that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
because that's just funny to them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is like bands to them.
Seeing
Like,
your mate's dick in public is the funniest thing in the
I
world.
feel like that's an all boys school thing.
yeah, that is,
No.
that is an old boy.
Yeah, that is an old boy.
That is.
Well, I think I have the triple threat of
Like,
like.
he gets his cock out, and it's like, oh, it's funny. If I get my cock out, it's sexual harassment.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the triple threat of I went to an all boys school, I'm Japanese, and I'm Australian.
Bro, exactly. It's like you go to like a normal school and it's like you're gonna get reported by a girl and you're probably gonna get suspended. You know,
Oh, no, I'm not going to get my cock out if there's girls around.
that's the point, Joey.
Yeah. that's actually sexual harassment.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's just the boys, though, then I'm like, you've seen this before. You've got one. Fucking whatever. Get it out.
I'm just
Yeah.
making it my mission to go through, complete all of the Japan nightlife, visit all the weird things.
Just say yes to everything.
I do.
That's-
I say yes
yeah.
to literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why it's great hanging out with Pete doing this because Pete also is always down to say yes. To
Yeah.
these.
You're trying 100% a Yakuza game right now.
Dude, the side quests I'm racking up are great. It's so fun just talking to people and getting to just because I always ask like whenever I talk to Japanese people now, especially at bars, I'm like, where do you recommend I go? And they always give me something weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something that I would never go to. Like that time, I don't think I ever told you. I went to this I went to a Kenyan bar. Did I tell you about this?
What?
I went to a Kenyan bar. This Japanese guy was like, this is the spot.
I know a place.
Because I met the guy through Apex. I played
Oh,
Apex with
shit.
the guy.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
was like, I know a place. It's so fucking good. I was like, okay, sure. He's like, yeah, it's a cool Kenyan bar. I was like, okay, okay, sure. So we go up there and the window was smashed in. And I was like, what? I don't think I never told you about this, but I think I did tell you that the bartender he was obviously Kenyan.
Yeah.
He spoke English.
Right.
Ah.
And he was talking shit about the Japanese guy I was with. He was like, this guy keeps asking for shit music. And I was like, oh no, this guy's hyping up the spot. And this guy keeps telling him that he has fucking dog shit music.
He's
tapes.
getting betrayed right in front of him.
Yeah, and I was like, he's like, what? And he asked me, what did he say? I was like, he likes your music. I told him in Japanese. And then he looked
Like,
at me.
he's my bro.
Yeah. And he looked at me because he obviously knows Japanese. He's like, okay. That's a weird choice of translation. But yeah, no, I just love saying yes because you always get taken to these fucking weird places.
Sure.
It was just a great time. It was a great time.
I think that's why you'd really enjoy playing a Yakuza game if you ever decide to pick
I'd
it
be
up.
like-
this
I'd be
entire
like-
thing is just
I'd
a
be
Yakuza
like,
game.
nah, it doesn't go far enough. Like, where's the guy snapping chopsticks with his anus?
Oh, there's much worse.
That's a standard Yakuza side
Yeah.
mission.
Like people are like, oh my god, it's like a Yakuza side mission. I'm like, where do you think this shit is based on?
That's the tutorial level.
Yeah.
Like, do you think this shit is made up? No, this is based in reality
Yeah,
in Japan.
totally.
You just wouldn't see it because a lot of these areas are you would never go here as a foreigner. But also a lot of them wouldn't make you feel welcome unless a dude brings you in.
Yeah.
I think you
A
got
lot of these places are level
you
capped.
need a goat to bring you in.